What's up, everybody? So today we're back in the garage. We're working on the Civic today. Last video you guys saw, we ended up doing some maintenance stuff on this. We did the oil change, the air filter, addressed some of the things on the interior, and got rid of that nasty rear window tint. Now, since I did the oil change, I've been noticing more and more oil has been kind of leaking from that spot that we saw in the previous video, and we need to go ahead and address that oil leak. And based on some of the research I've done and just looking at the engine bay, it looks like it is the distributor. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that seal that was on there, which I have the new part right here. I ended up picking it up from O'Reilly's. You guys can see here, there is the part number, there's the seal, I guess just the O-ring. Typically I like to use OEM Honda stuff, but today we're just gonna use that, see if that solves our problem and get this fixed. So let's go ahead, pop open the hood here, and I'll show you guys the engine bay and show you where the leak is. So you guys can see here, this is the distributor here, and as far as the leak goes, since you did the last oil change, you can see the fresh oil is kind of pooling up down below, which I'll get my light out here so you guys can see a little bit better. But like especially right down there on top of the transmission, you guys can kind of see it reflecting, and then right around here you can really see it kind of like where it's been dripping. You can definitely tell right around that area too. So definitely looks like the distributor has quite a leak. So we're gonna go ahead, like I said, replace it today with the new gasket or the new O-ring, and get this all taken care of. Now, looks like there's 3 bolts we're gonna have to remove. One there, one back here, and one here. Before we do any of this stuff, we're gonna wanna go ahead and mark this just to make sure our position is correct. So I'll take a little paint pen and just draw a line right there just across to know where that bolt goes, so we don't mess up any like the timing issues. And then same thing with these plugs, just as a reference, just to see where they all go. Obviously here's where the spark plugs go, and then they go onto the cap here. We're gonna need to remember what order they go in, so in case we have to remove these, which I don't think we will have to, the only thing we'll have to do is unplug this plug here, just so we can get the whole thing moved out of the way to fix that O-ring. And then based on other things that I've seen, since this is a D16Y7, this is a non-VTEC motor. A lot of people have issues with not just the distributor leaking, but typically there's like a VTEC solenoid over here that has a leak too. So we don't have to deal with that today. We just have to address the distributor. So let's go ahead, mark it, take the bolts off, and then go ahead and put the new O-ring in. So let's go ahead and mark it. Right there. Disconnect our plug. And then these 3 bolts here are 12 millimeters. I'm gonna go ahead and use this ratcheting wrench here. Now this whole thing should just pull out. Just like that. You can see here how the oil is just coming right there. That's what it looked like to be dripping down here, so we got quite a mess. And then right here is our O-ring, and it seems pretty hard, so it's probably gonna break. I'll go grab a pick tool and we'll take that off. So take the pick tool. Oh yeah, that just blew up. That's just super brittle. It's just breaking. Oh yeah. See that? That's just, it's hard. It's not necessarily soft or anything. It's just very brittle, just breaking, wanting to break. So yeah, this thing is definitely junk. We'll replace it with a new one and fix this whole leak issue. Oh, and before I go any further with this, I just want to mention that I did disconnect the battery because I don't want any power going through this. So just a heads up if you guys try to attempt this on your own. Okay, so like I said, here is the new seal. I'll go ahead, open it up. And all we gotta do, take a little bit of oil, we'll just grab some right there, lube this up. Slide it back on where it goes, just like that. Looks like somebody tried doing a little RTV around it. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this up just to clean it up. But that's it for the seal. You just put it back in place like so, and we can go ahead and put it back inside. Okay, so now I got that all cleaned up. We got the O-ring lubed up. We should be able to just put it back in place. You guys can kind of see. I'll move the camera here so you guys can see it. You guys can kind of see inside of there where the two teeth on here kind of line up inside there. So you just want to make sure it's good and in place. But we should just be able to line this back up. Put it right back in there. Just like that. It went in there nice and smooth. So now we can take our 3 bolts. Put the top one in first here. And then just like that, that should be fixed, no more leak. So let's go ahead and start the car, make sure that it actually starts, and then we put it all back together and check to see if it's dripping at all. Alright, so you guys can see there, started up just fine. Now let's go ahead, look underneath there and see if there's any leaks. Okay, so now let's go and take a look, see if we see anything dripping or any more oil coming out. I know it's kind of hard to see just because of how oily and messy it already is, but if you guys look underneath here on the distributor, I don't see anything. I don't see anything running down the side there. I don't know if you guys can really see that well. I'm trying to use the light, but it looks pretty good. I don't see anything, so that looks like it probably fixed it. We won't know for sure until we actually take it out for a drive, but if I do see anything, I'll be sure to let you guys know in a future video. But otherwise, it's pretty hard to see too much in here just with how dirty this oil made the engine bay. So we'll have to do some cleaning on this here in the future. But yeah, looks like that fixed our issue. So there you guys have it. We got the distributor O-ring all replaced. It doesn't appear to be leaking anymore. If I do have any more issues, I will let you guys know in a future video. But for now, it is seemed to be completed and repaired. I'm just gonna try to keep this video fairly short today just to keep it as a quick little how-to for you guys. But yeah, we should be done with the leaks. All it really needs now is a good cleaning because it did make quite a mess. And if you guys did see from the previous video where we did change the oil, you can see the oil pan had quite a bit of oil on it as well, which I'm assuming did come from the distributor, just seeing how much oil is pooled up on there. So with that being said, let's go and end the video out here. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if it helps you guys out at all. And don't forget to subscribe. We got plenty more stuff coming for the Civic here in the future. Like I said, we still got to do a few more maintenance things on it as far as like tie rods, tires, possibly a clutch, and then we should be good. We can go ahead and start playing around with some more fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.